Community Award winner. This is NBC 10 News at 6.
Hello and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Chelsea Jones. Some sad news to pass on to you. Former ULM President Dwight Vines has passed away in his sleep overnight. He was 87 years old. Vines served as president of ULM for 15 years, and during that time, ULM gained 40 new degree programs and completed big projects like the School of Nursing and even Malone Stadium. Vines valued maintaining the university's accredited programs and gaining new ones. He also helped to oversee the ULM Foundation, growing to more than $18 million in revenue. Once Vines left the school, he went on to work with former Congressman John Cooksey throughout his 3 terms in office. Vines was very involved with Monroe's economic development. Current President Nick Bruno responded to Vines' death with this statement that reads in part, "I'm saddened to hear of the loss of Dr. Vines. He contributed so much to our university and helped build it into the institution it is today. Linda and I extend our sincere sympathies to Gene and the family. We will miss him." Dwight Vines' funeral arrangements aren't known at this time, but we will work to get you that information once we learn more. Ashley Dorsey, the 15-year-old hit and killed earlier this week, was laid to rest today. Out of respect for the family, we did not attend today's services. As you can imagine, this is a very difficult time, so our hearts and prayers go out to the family, friends, and Neville community on this tragic loss. Now, if you would like to help the Dorsey family cover both medical and funeral costs, they have set up a GoFundMe page, and you can find that link on our website, myarklamiss.com. A West Monroe man is asking for your help after he says someone stole his truck right out of his front yard last night. The truck is in question is that green one you see on your screen. It's an older GMC Sierra pickup. The license plate reads C558492. And if you've seen this car, make sure that you contact the Ouachita Parish Sheriff's Office at the number you see on your screen, or Dennis Romero at 318-614-3431. NBC 10 is your local election headquarters, and voters looking to cast their ballots for the November 16th election could start today. There are 175 candidate races and 123 propositions on ballots across the state. One of the biggest races in this runoff is obviously for governor, and residents who vote early will cast their ballots on new touchscreen machines. Now, you guys should download Louisiana's free smartphone app, Go Vote Mobile, to find out where you can early vote and also learn what's on your ballot. The Drug Enforcement Administration has been working hard to get unused prescription drugs out of the homes of Americans, and this year they had 7 locations in the Twin Cities where you could drop off your unwanted meds for National Drug Take-Back Weekend. NBC 10's Maya Hudgens tells us how getting drugs disposed properly can positively impact our area.
The abuse of prescription drugs has been on the rise. That's why the Drug Enforcement Administration had its 17th National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day to continue the fight against them.
So getting rid of these drugs, you might save a life.
Since 2010, the DEA has collected over 12 million tons of unwanted, unused, and unneeded medicine in hopes of putting an end to the cycle of abusing drugs.
It's not necessarily those drugs that you have in your medicine cabinet that are going to kill somebody, but it may start someone on a pathway to addiction. For the first time ever, the DEA accepted unwanted vaping devices and pods. They made the change in the wake of increased vaping-related injuries and deaths nationwide. Pharmacy student Meher Neljayan says you might as well get rid of drugs.
There are a lot of studies showing that those kinds of drugs don't actually help with pain and mobility long term.
Officials say this year alone, the opioid epidemic has killed more Americans than car wrecks. So they say turning in your prescription drugs could leave a positive impact on many.
I would say, you could help someone's life in the future. It helps people stay off of drugs, and, it's just having those temptations just to get rid of them.
In Monroe, Maya Hudgens, NBC 10, your local news leader.
Now, you don't only have to get rid of your unwanted prescriptions this weekend. You can do it at any time at one of the permanent drop-off boxes in our area. For that full list, you can also head to our website, myarklamiss.com. Well, tomorrow marks a year since the deadly attack on Pittsburgh Jewish synagogue. To this day, Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh remains closed. October 27, 2018, Robert Bowers entered a congregation for the deadliest attack on Jewish people in the United States. He was armed with an AR-15, killing 11 and injuring 4 police officers. All weekend long, there are events planned to honor those who lost their lives. There are even talks of a new building for a new beginning. But local leaders say there are many groups targeted in today's society, and there's only one way to stop it.
And so if we are going to fight the scourge of the growth of white nationalism that we are seeing, it could only be done if we work together.
On 63 federal charges, if convicted, the Justice Department plans to seek the death penalty. More than 50,000 people in California have been ordered to evacuate. This after wildfires are viciously tearing through several counties, leaving thousands of acres of land charred. Melissa Rainey has more on what's now prompted the state's largest cut to power for millions of residents.
Homes and lives threatened by the Kincaid fire, burning dangerously close to populated areas in Northern California.
We are announcing an evacuation of approximately 50,000 people. We are evacuating because this fire is very dangerous.
Strong winds have fanned the inferno for days and aren't expected to let up. Pacific Gas and Electric plans to shut off power to certain areas. It's a move to prevent sparking more wildfires, but it's leaving residents and authorities in the dark and possibly out of touch.
When that power is lost, we could lose cell towers, we could lose other forms of communication.
Officials urged residents to pack up and leave as quickly as possible. Conditions are expected to deteriorate Saturday night.
We'd like to get you out before it gets dark, and we'd like to get you out before the pending PG&E public safety power shutdown.
Communities not evacuating from wildfires are still facing power shutoffs. Emergency crews are on standby in San Jose as the area rolls into blackout Saturday night.
I do have a lot of confidence in our power vulnerability plan. We've been planning for months for this type of scenario.
PG&E shut off power to prevent wildfires before, but officials say planned blackouts shouldn't be a new normal.
What we need from utility companies is a more resilient infrastructure so that it's not prone to this type of scenario.
I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
A tornado ripped through parts of Alabama yesterday, leaving many residents shaken up but happy to be alive. It happened around 4:30 Friday afternoon. The tornado knocked down multiple trees and power lines and caused several road closures. Witnesses say they heard the winds pick up and they immediately took cover.
We got the warning on the phone, and I was like, boys, cause it now. And we went running, and we were in there for a few minutes, and then within 3 minutes, we could feel the vibration. I mean, we could feel everything shaking, and we heard the noise. And we knew then that there was a tornado very, very close.
2,300 customers lost power, but no injuries, thankfully, were reported. Well, still to come on NBC 10 News at 6, a lot of fun and spooky events to cover after the break. But first, it's been a few chilly days for us, Brian. What can we look forward to?
That system's kind of moving out of our area. We have some nice weather on the way, at least temporarily, but another big system could be impacting our Halloween weather. We'll time out showers and storms and possible freezing temperatures when NBC 10 News at 6 continues.
If you've been injured in a big rig accident, call Creed & Creed, your local injury attorneys.
Experience Browning, the best there is, at Simmons Sporting Goods. Continue a tradition of excellence with a Browning A-Bolt 3 Stalker, only $549.99. Bring some class to the blind with a Browning Maxxis Camo Shotgun, now $1659.99. Bolder is better with the Browning X-Bolt Stalker, now $789.99. We're open 8:30 to 6 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sunday. Get 24 months same as cash or shop SimmonsSportingGoods.com.
Come into Longhorn Steakhouse for steakhouse cuts, like our one-of-a-kind 14-ounce Delmonico. Expertly crafted, fire-grilled, seasoned just right. With a steak this impressive, you won't think you're in a steak house. You'll think you're in a steak mansion. Hurry in for Longhorn Steakhouse Cuts, the mouth-watering New York strip, always popular Flo's Filet, and the limited-time 14-ounce Delmonico. That's how steak is done. Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
The Great Gas Card Giveaway is back, where the gas money could keep getting bigger and bigger. So enter now at Jim Taylor Ford, Jim Taylor Chevrolet, or myarclemis.com.
Liberal John Bell Edwards. He pardoned or commuted nearly 200 violent criminals, including those convicted of murder, child molestation, and rape. Then too many struck again. John Bell Edwards, too liberal for Louisiana.
Spooky low prices, scary low financing, a monstrous selection of new Hyundais.
It's all here at Interstate Hyundai Ween. A Santa Fe, $23,880. A Tucson, $21,880. A Kona, $19,880. A Sonata, $18,880. A Veloster, $16,880. An Elantra, $15,880. And an Accent, just $12,880. Shop at InterstateHyundai.com. No tricky deals here. It's Hyundai Ween, where it doesn't take a big payday to buy at Interstate Hyundai in West Monroe.
Louisiana cannot take 4 more years of a liberal Democrat governor raising your taxes, killing your jobs, attacking your industries. You've got to vote John Bell Edwards out.
The Animal House is your local pet store, Cypress Street, West Monroe.
NBC 10 News at 6 continues.
The Desert Street Shelter, who for 20 years has fed and clothed the hungry and those in need, received a makeover today in honor of National Make a Difference Day. Potential to Kinetic, an organization focusing on mental and physical health, combined yoga and community service to make that difference. Around 20 volunteers came together to paint the inside of the shelter, making the walls bright to ultimately bring joy.
So we think that beautiful colors on the wall will make a difference psychologically and be really uplifting.
A big part of this project was to bring awareness to homelessness in this area. Not only that, but just allow people to come in and realize how they can make a difference.
Want to find out how you can volunteer or learn more about either organization, you can head to our website, myarklamiss.com. Another organization providing 20 years of service, the Zoo, as it held its annual Boo at the Zoo event. With Halloween just a few days away, the Zoo offered its safe and fun trick-or-treat experience. Boo at the Zoo allows families to see the animals, play games, get candy, and meet vendors from our community. Zoo officials say Halloween brings back memories of their childhood, and it's now their way of giving back.
Oh, I love Halloween. It was always a favorite of mine. I still remember the last year I got to trick or treat. So instead of asking for the treats, I get to give them.
Don't worry, you can still look forward to other community events that the Zoo hosts, like Jungle Bells, which is around Christmas. But the Halloween spirit continues as the Barakshine Temple partnered with Easter Seals for their fall extravaganza. People of all ages came together for some Halloween fun, but also to help raise money for a good cause. Easter Seals, a local nonprofit, aims to spread awareness about what they provide for those dealing with disabilities and special needs. So organizers say this event goes beyond just having fun.
Because not every nonprofit can say that they personally touch 10,000 families, but our support coordinators go into those homes and help those people.
Easter Seals has been serving the community for over 100 years, and some of the money raised today will go towards Camp for Kids with Disabilities. And weather is up next. It's been a couple chilly days, and it's not going to warm up.
Well, we'll see a little bit of warming, some nice weather before we see more big changes coming up. We'll have those details next. You're watching NBC 10 News at 6.